Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, buckle up because what's happening right now could be one of the most significant moves for the Bills in recent years, and it's all centered around one of the most dominant defensive players in the league, Quinnen Williams. Yes, you heard that right. The Bills are reportedly in talks with the Jets to bring Williams to Buffalo, and if this deal goes through, it could reshape not only their defense but their entire outlook for the rest of the season and potentially beyond. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why are the Bills looking to make such a bold move? Well, it all comes down to a few key factors. First, their current situation on the defensive line. With Daquan Jones sidelined due to a calf injury that will keep him out for around 4 weeks, the Bills have been struggling to maintain that disruptive presence up front. Jones, who's been a crucial part of their defensive front, has been a steady force, but his injury has left the Bills' run defense a bit more vulnerable. Currently, Buffalo's run defense allows about 4.1 yards per carry, which isn't terrible but certainly isn't what they're used to under their standards. The lack of depth and the rotation on the defensive line have been exposed, especially against teams that run the ball effectively. Adding to that, the Bills' roster has been seeing some flux, especially on the defensive front. They've been seeking ways to bolster that interior pressure, to add that next-level disruptor capable of collapsing the pocket and forcing quarterbacks into uncomfortable throws. Enter Quinnen Williams, a guy who's not just a good player, he's an all-pro caliber talent. Williams has been lighting up the league with his performances in 2024, and he's doing so with impressive consistency. In just 6 games, he's already accumulated 4 sacks, 28 tackles, and a PFF grade of 93, putting him firmly in the top 5 among defensive tackles in the league. His pass rush win rate of 20% and an average of 2 quarterback hits per game show just how disruptive he can be. This isn't just a player who fills gaps, it's a game changer who can alter how opposing offenses attack the line of scrimmage. Williams, who was a first-round pick in 2019 and has been a cornerstone of the Jets' defense, is entering his prime. His career stats, 38 sacks, 8 forced fumbles, 320 tackles, speak volumes about his consistency and impact. What makes him even more attractive is his ability to win in multiple ways. His power in bull rushes, with a 22% success rate, makes him a nightmare for interior linemen. And his health has been solid in 2025, with no significant injuries so far, unlike in 2024 when a shoulder injury limited him to 13 games. When you look at his stats and his advanced metrics, it's clear he's a player who can elevate any defense he joins. For the Bills, that kind of talent could be the missing piece to turn their defense into a true championship-caliber unit. Now, let's talk about the trade details that are being floated around. The Jets, with their cap situation being pretty tight at around $15 million, are in a bit of a rebuilding phase. Their defense has been allowing a staggering 32 points per game this season, which is well above league average and shows just how much they need help on that side of the ball. Interestingly, the Jets seem willing to part ways with Williams in exchange for a conditional second-round pick in 2026 and defensive tackle T.J. Sanders. And yes, this trade makes sense from their perspective. They're focusing on developing young players like Will McDonald and trying to manage their cap. Meanwhile, the Bills, sitting comfortably with about $14 million in cap space, see this as an opportunity to inject some serious talent into their front 7, especially after the injury to Jones. Imagine the impact of adding Williams, an interior beast, on a defense that's already playing well, but now with even more firepower. His addition could increase their sack rate significantly, projecting around 3 sacks per game just from him alone. That's a huge boost when you consider the Bills' current run-stopping success rate, which hovers around 78%. With Williams in the middle, that number could soar past 90%, making it incredibly difficult for opposing offenses to establish a consistent ground game. Plus, his presence would help free up others, like Ed Oliver, to be more aggressive, potentially raising his hurry rate from 30% to about 45%. The ripple effect across that defensive line could be enormous, turning what's already a solid unit into an elite one. And for the Jets, trading Williams might seem counterintuitive, but they're clearly prioritizing youth and cap management. They're focusing on building from the ground up and acquiring Sanders, whose PFF grade is around 70. 8 with just 1 sack in 2025, plus a conditional pick, suggests they're looking for future assets rather than immediate glory. Still, it's a bold move, considering Williams' ability to dominate interior line battles and his recent track record of elevating team defense, adding approximately 130 tackles in 2023 alone. His presence on the field is a game changer, especially in playoff scenarios where interior pressure can make all the difference. Now, let's look at the projected impact for the Bills if this trade goes through. Adding Williams as an interior disruptor could mean an increase of around 3 sacks per game from the interior line, which is huge for a team that's already one of the best in the league at applying pressure. His ability to stuff runs, projected to go from a 78% success rate to close to 90%, would drastically improve their run defense, making it more difficult for opponents to establish the ground game. And when you consider the effect on Josh Allen, who often faces interior pressure, less rush from that area could translate into increased efficiency, about 11% more, according to some projections, giving him more time to make decisions and execute downfield. This move also boosts their chances of making a deep playoff run. BetMGM's odds currently place the Bills at +1,200 to win the Super Bowl, but with Williams in the fold, those odds could shorten to around +600. That's a massive shift, and it's not just about the individual talent. It's about a strategic upgrade that could turn the Bills' defense into a nightmare for any offense they face, especially in the playoffs. The Bills' core, particularly their secondary and linebackers, would benefit from this interior dominance, creating a more balanced and formidable unit. It's a move that signals their serious intent to contend for another ring, especially after falling short in recent seasons. And it's not just about the short-term impact. Bringing Williams into Buffalo solidifies their defensive identity for years to come. It's a statement that they're willing to make bold moves, invest in their roster, and aim for sustained excellence. The AFC East, which has been dominated by the Bills in recent years, could see a shift in power dynamics if this trade materializes. The Jets, meanwhile, seem to be resetting, focusing on youth and future picks, which might leave them behind in the division race for now. But for the Bills, this could be a defining moment, a chance to finally break through and claim that Super Bowl they've been chasing for so long. So, as we approach the trade deadline on November 4th, keep your eyes glued on this story. The potential of adding a player like Quinnen Williams isn't just a splash move, it's a statement of intent. The Bills are clearly looking to maximize their chances, and if they pull this off, it could be the move that propels them into the championship conversation. Imagine a defense with Williams, Ed Oliver, and the rest of that talented front, dominating the line of scrimmage, making life miserable for opposing quarterbacks, and giving Josh Allen even more opportunities to work his magic. It's exciting, it's bold, and it's exactly the kind of move that could define the rest of the season for Buffalo. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUB algorithm to keep recommending the latest Buffalo Bills news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So what do you think, Bills fans? Are you excited about the possibility of Quinnen Williams wearing that blue and red? Do you believe this move could be the boost they need to finally get over the hump and make a serious Super Bowl push? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below because, honestly, this is one of the most intriguing stories of the season. And remember, I'll be back soon with even more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Buffalo Bills news. This team is on the brink of something big, and with this potential trade, the next chapter might just be written in bold letters. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, go Bills!